Michael, after Grimsby was off last week, how important is it that you have a game to play this week?
Although we were anxious that we wanted a game. Um, it looked earlier in the week we were prepping for Bradford because we thought ourselves and Bradford were going to miss another game. Found out yesterday afternoon that it's now Leyton Orient, so it's not ideal in preparation terms, but it's a game we didn't want to be falling 2 games behind with only 4 games in, because the likelihood of this happening again this season probably will happen again. Someone might have to call a game off. So yeah, we're anxious to keep the momentum going from obviously a good performance last time out, although it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess that Tranmere win actually seems quite a long time ago. Now, can you still build on how impressive a performance that was, and impressive a result as well?
Well, hopefully that's the idea. Is we've one thing we've had this week is we've had plenty of time on the training ground, so we've managed to work on things and improve. One thing that we learned that we've done spent quite a bit of time on how we can improve on that. Only time will tell, but we've had. You don't know with Leyton Orient, their players have been self-isolating, so we don't know who's going to be playing. We don't know who's going to be available, who's not. It might be good that they've had a break up. There's so many variable factors, but until five o'clock on a Saturday, we won't know who it's more favourable to. All we can do is concentrate on ourselves, do what we do, try and implement our game on them, and hopefully, if we turn up and do it right, mentally, physically, tactically, all those things, we can do what we did to Tranmere. But the flip side, the week before, we weren't very good and got hurt. So they've got some good players, Leyton Orient. They've got a definite way of playing. So we'll have to wait and see.
Guessing game over who they'll put out of who'll be fit and healthy. Do you expect them still to be pretty frustrated after missing out on the Spurs game? Because obviously they've been publicly disappointed about that.
Yeah, again, it could create a siege mentality, as against the world sort of thing. They will be disappointed because of the finances involved. They've worked hard to get a Premier League club at home, and then it gets taken away from you. So from the players' point of view, there's a disappointment of not playing the game. From the club point of view, there's disappointment of missing out on the money. So yeah, I really felt for them there. But if you've got a number amount of cases, then that's the world we're living in right here, right now.
And are Cheltenham as a club satisfied that going there is as safe as it possibly can be, in terms of all the things that the checks that need to be in place? Are Cheltenham as a club satisfied, Michael?
Yeah, we've had obviously all the usual questions you would expect that supporters would ask, the players have asked, I've asked. All the whole squad, we believe, is self-isolated. They've not been able to train for 10 days together. I think the ground got passed off by the Borough Council yesterday, so they're not in a position to take risks because of the climate that we live in. They can't cut corners, and the protocols that have to be followed have to be adhered to. So yeah, we're quite happy that everything's going to be safe going into the ground, and we need to be focused on the game rather than any other sort of outside noises.
And you said that you'd obviously been at one stage thinking you were going to be playing Bradford. Does that mean you've been sort of preparing to face 2 opponents this week, or has it actually been preparing your team to play another team, just whoever that is?
No, we Monday, Tuesday we've worked on us, what we do and how we work. Obviously, we found out yesterday, so it would have been a more tactical prep for Bradford, but we found out yesterday it was Leyton Orient, so we just changed that around. No, both teams watched 2 or 3 games of both teams, so it's slightly frustrating in terms of, from my mind, certain things. But like I said, we don't even know who will be available, who won't be available. But I can't imagine they come away from the way they play. They're a 4-3-3. If they do change, they change, and we'll have to react off that. But we'll be planning for what we believe will be their best team.
And obviously it was an eventful game there at the start of last season. How important was it, and how much does it say about Cheltenham, though, that what happened there with the 2 players being sent off didn't define your season?
Well, one game should never define your season. We went there, we felt we were harshly done by. You know, Luke Varney there was a blatant penalty and got booked in the process. And then off a reaction, he got sent off for a second yellow card when he should never have had the first card. And then obviously the Rowan Ince incident, which was a disgrace. in terms of what happened to him, and then he never really recovered off the back of that. That did define his season almost, a season of bad luck. So, but it was, we lost the first game of this season, so I think we've improved since then. I think they have as well. Obviously, they were new to it. There was very much an emotional day then. This would just be a normal game of football in weird times, the new normal.
And because of last week being off, does that mean that Alfie and Alex are another week stronger?
Yeah, Alfie's trained all week. Alex took a little bit of a kick in training on Tuesday, so he's a little bit sore, but he should be fine as well.
And everyone else okay?
Yeah, apart from Sean Long, obviously, Scott Flinders, I think everyone else is, I know everyone else is fit and available.
Michael, transfer window deadline approaching. You anticipating any ins or outs before the window slams shut?
No,